Stop creating the bullshit which everyone is create on social media. Learn something new, apply something new, and use your idea and make it something different to impress your client, your viewer, which can make you earn a good money. So let's start it, guys. Today we are going to create this amazing animation which you can use for the title intro, logo intro animation, or the lower third for podcast or any kind of videos. So let's jump into the After Effects and start it. So first thing first, what I will do, I'm just going to create a new composition. I'm using the vertical resolution 1080 and 1920, 30 frame per rate I'm using, and 6 seconds I had put the duration. It's not required, but at present I'm going to use this. Okay, now let's make the comp name. So I'm going to make it an intro name over here. First thing first, I'm going to select the text tool and I'm just going to type my word, which is the after. Okay, and then I'm going to space. This is the effects. Okay, so I have done this and I'm using the BSW Mista font and I'm going to use the extra bold property. Let's make the tracking value 0 over here. I'm going to increase a little bit somehow. I'm just going to increase a little bit value, something like this. And now what I will do, I'm just going to increase the font size also. Let's make it into the center and let's apply the anchor point into the center also. So now you can see that it's over there. Now first thing first, now if you are going to observe this one, what is happening over here, that A and E, these are the first initiative of two different words, after and effects, which are revealing at start with the help of the stroke. You can see that over here. And then what is happening, they are going to be apart from that and getting individual space and other letters are revealing from there, right? So we are going to create that. First of all, for that what I need, I am just going to duplicate this layer twice. So 1, 2 and 3. So I'm just going to hide this bottom layer first and these two bottom layers. First I'm going to select the top layer. Now let's select the rectangle tool and create a mask around the A alphabet. Right, so I have created this A alphabet mask. Now you can see that I have some issue. I have some area covered of the F. So what I will do, I'm just going to place the V and select this path point and I'm just going to make a little bit slant over there so it won't cover, and I'm just going to select this one and let's make it little proper. So now this becomes A, and now let's make it hide and reveal this one, and I'm just going to change the name also. So I'm give the layer name as A, layer name as A. Now let's select this layer, second layer, and again select the rectangle shape tool and I'm going to create the mask again around the E, which is the second word's first initiative alphabet. So that's done and I'm going to apply the layer name as E over there. So it's done. So this part is almost done. Now let's hide this one and open this one. Now what we have to do, I'm just going to change this one. Select this one. So I'm just going to select this over here and going to, okay, sorry, just select the layer first, the third layer, and create the mask again around that. Okay, I'm just going to select, oh, that's okay, this good one. And now let's place the V and I'm going to take it from over here. So my whole F should be revealed, okay, and the A should not be revealed. So I'm just going to make a little bit slant over here also. So I'm going to make something like this, okay, like good. So now you can see that we have properly AFFTER. Now let's move on this side. Okay, now just hide the mask. So you have to just choose the none. So you can select this one. So in this layer, we are going to create the two masks. Now again select the layer and I'm going to select again the tool over here, rectangle shape tool, and I'm going to create the mask over here also. So now you can see that it's looking better. Done. So now what's happening? Let's apply the add option over here also. So now you can see that we have the both the words are visible, FTER and FEECTS. So first thing first, we have to start animate with this one. So before starting, we have to make the anchor point center onto the each alphabet. So I'm just going to select this one and making it over here. It's not necessary, but it's good practice. So I'm just going to do this. Now let's select both the layer, not this one, and open the position property. Now let's select again and make a separate dimension over here. Now give the key onto the X properties and X position properties. Now select both the layer, jump again for the 30 frames. Okay. Yes. So we have jump for the 30 frames. Again, apply the key on that one. Now what I need, I want to just come back onto the zero number frame and let's select the single layer and make it into the center of the composition. So I'm going to align something like this, and same thing we have to do with the E alphabet. So again, I'm going to make it center into the align. Now what we have to do, we are just going to select both the layers animated key, press F9, jump into the graph editor, select this, and let's make the graph something like this. Okay, I'm just going to change something like this and let's make it something like this also. Okay, so it's done. So now what I do, okay, not like this. Yes, this one is the good, don't change it over here. Now I'm going to put it over here. Let's make remaining the area. So now what's happening, it's going to be separated like this one. Okay, so E is slightly changes its position, and A has the most of the position which it has to change. So now let's go ahead. The first thing first, when we are over here, but we don't need, they are overlapping each other, they should be look separated. The first I'm going to select the A, and you must notice that I am onto the first keyframe for the both the layers. To select the A, I travel a 20 pixel onto the left side. Now select the E layer and make travel onto the right side of the composition for 20 pixels. So that becomes something like this one. Now let's select again a rectangle shape tool and create a square around it. So I'm just going to make a square something like this and make it align into the composition center, something like that one. Now what I will do, I'm just going to jump into the rectangle option, go into the stroke option, and here we have the property of the taper. So what I will do, start length and end length, apply the value of 100 on both the properties. So it looks something like this one. Now again what I need, and just to make it minimize to that, and I don't need the fill over here, so I'm going to delete the fill. Now let's apply the add and go into the trim path, apply the trim path on this one. Now change the value. I'm going to change the value of start to 75 and end value as 25. Okay, so it's something look like that, but I want to show something like a bracket. So what I will do, I'm just going to change the offset value by minus 45. So now you can see that it looks something like this one. Now I want to animate the trim path. So what I will do, just give the key onto the start keyframe and make the value, sorry, not from the start, we are going to use this one. Okay, yes. So I'm just going to make this value, the end value, make it 75 at the start first keyframe, and just give the key onto the end property, jump ahead for the 30 frames. So I'm just going to jump ahead for the 30 frames and make it again a 25 value of the end. So it's revealed the stroke. Now let's jump back, start from the 10th frame and give the key onto the start property, and let's jump ahead for the 30 frames again and give the value of the start, change the value of the start property 25. The stroke is hide. So now let's select all the keys, and I have just converted it into the easy ease keyframes. And now what I will do, I'm just going to make it something like this. So it slowly started going fast and then it's end. So what I will do, I'm just going to make it little bit hide and select these both keys, and let's make it little bit outside of the box, right? And now let's select open this one and press U, so it's over here. Now let's duplicate first of all this layer, select this layer and make it duplicate. Now open the rotation property of that, and I'm just going to apply the rotation value as 180. So now what is going to be happen, we have two different animations just like a box, you can see over there. So our first part, two main things are done. So you can see that first thing, the A is coming over here, the stroke has been done, and the second part we have completed, that the A and E getting aparted, right? So that's we have done. But now what we need, that is coming out, that's this stroke is taking out the A and E. So you can separately animate them, but what I will do, I'm just going to create a new null object over here. And now let's select all the layers. Let's select all the layers and parent it to the null object. Now open the null object scale property over here, and I'm just going to make the scale value to the 0. And I'm just going to jump onto the almost 2 second and 15 frames and make the value about the 100. Right, so I have done this one. Now let's select this and press F9. Again, I'm going to change the graph something like this. Okay, so that's look little bit better. Later on, if we need, according to our animation, we will change the graph editor, so it gives the desirable result to us. So now you can see that it's coming out with the stroke. Okay, now it's good. Now what I need, exactly when the stroke is going to be disappear from this area, we need that A and E is getting started to separate it. So I'm just going to drag these animated keys over here, and let's move something like over there. Okay, let's hide this. Yes, that one good one enough. So now let's play it again so you can understand what is going to be happen over here. So yes, it's looking nice. You can see that till that part we have done a really good job, and I hope you got this understand in you are getting the better ideas now what you can create. So definitely guys, if you found this idea really useful, definitely hit the like button, and you are already not subscribed, then subscribe our channel, share with your friends so they can learn the new ideas and creative ideas. And even if you use this idea for your creative work, please share with me on Instagram. My Instagram channel, Instagram page ID mentioned into the description. So now let's complete our final part. So when it's getting started to separated from over here. So now I am going to open my last alpha after the other words, the other alphabets. Now let's open, and we're going to apply the position property on this one. Okay, so we have applied the position property, and what I will do, I'm just going to apply the value of over here, the y value 105. Oh, it's too much look like. Yes, it's looking too much like. Good. Why is not visible? Because we have already created the mask over there, guys. If you remember, we have already created the mask over there. So what is happening when I'm going to change the value? It's come in and come out. So we have saved our time, right? We have saved our beautiful time. We don't need the mat even, because we are animating the animator, not exactly the layer position. So mask will work for us. So I'm just going the value of the 105 for the range selector over here and position value. Now let's jump over here, and here we are going to create a one beautiful animation where what we want to do, the text should be revealed from the center to right and left side. So here we are going to use the two different animators. So in the first animator, what I will do, make the n value 0, and the start value here I'm going to apply the 50 at the first keyframe and give the key on that. Now I'm going to jump for the 40 frames ahead and make the value of the start is 0 over here. So this part is done. Now what I need, I'm just going to make a duplicate of this animator. Now jump into the duplicated animator, and here I'm going to change the end value to the 100 first of all. Then let's open the start value, the second keyframe value we have to change from 0 to 100. So for both, start 50, and now this one is the 100. Right, good one. So now what I am going to do, just press the U, select all the keys F9, and I'm going to jump on this, and let's select something like this, and I'm just going to make it little bit something like this. Okay, so almost we have done, guys. Animation part is almost done. Let's see that how our title, or you can see the logo animations. This is little bit of timing error. So what we will do something good. Do something good. So what we can do is getting far from over here. Let's select all the keys and just jump something like over here. Okay, that's good enough. So now you can see that it's looking really nice and the timing is perfect over here. So you can change the value according to your requirement, whatever you want to. And why it is constructive method, guys, you can understand this thing. Every time it's totally a constructed. If you want to change the name over here, you can change the name over here. You can change the alphabets over here. So this will be a very constructive method if you use it smartly. So you can use for the multiple projects or multiple clients and earn a good money. So I hope you like this idea, whatever we created, and then later on we have added the tutorial text below that. That's a simple thing. Position and opacity I have used behind that. So you can see that it's looking really, really beautiful and amazing. So give the like, subscribe, share with friends, and if you are going to create something new and effective, share with me on Instagram, guys. Thank you.